You want to go and break this guy's balls for like an hour to get $1 off a $10 rock. Say something is $10 a pound, and that might sound a lot cheaper than $22 a kilo. Do not beg people to sell you material. If someone doesn't want to sell it, leave it. All right, you asked for it, and here I am giving it to you. Man, let me tell you, so many people asked me for a Tucson Buyer's Guide Part 2. Not one person asked me. But here I am making it anyway. For real, I want to tell you some secrets. I want to help you out when you go into the Tucson gem shows. As much as I want your business and I want to win your business, and I hope you come see me out in Tucson and give me a chance to win your business, I still care about you, and I want to give you some insight and secrets that I have learned over the years.
Yeah, everything looks great.
Now that that's out of the way and we know that we're okay, let's get back to shopping. Now, one of my least favorite things that I see people doing, an old school bad sales tactic, is something called keystoning. Put a price of $95 on this rock. Keystone would then be $47.50. Keystoning is essentially when you price hike an item and then reduce it by 50%. Now, let's just say I want to get $30 for this rock, but I think I'm super smart. I am going to take a $60 price tag, smack it right on this baby. Keystoning. So what you're going to do is you're going to price your item double what you actually want for it. So a lot of dealers do that keystoning because it entices, they think that it entices people to buy. Plant the idea in people's head that they're actually getting a deal when they're just not. Of course, there's going to be clearance sales, there's going to be blowout, but most of that is probably not true. Something I want to discuss a little bit in this video is how do you know that I'm actually paying the right price for something? But we also don't want to be brazenly obnoxious and recognize that these dealers are out there working really, really hard, and they also have to make a living. Some of them are evil little. One of the things I want to talk about is beaded bracelets. For us, beaded bracelets are one of the largest selling items. Our beaded bracelets are made in-house. We manufacture them ourselves, and so we are able to procure fair trade, ethical standards. Out of the gem shows, one of the things that I see a lot is people selling bracelets. Most of the bracelets are either fake, the quality is caca, and where did you come up with the name for that stone? I'm sorry. Pink stone. It's rose quartz, dude. If you're gonna be in this industry, let's be professional. Let's know what we're talking about. Let's know our stones. Let's know our rocks. Let's have information. People selling bracelets for like $2 to $5 a piece in like 8mm, let's just say. Usually the ones that have good quality, real stone, properly labeled, you're probably looking at around like a $5 price range per 8mm bracelet. So that's one thing I wanna make like really clear. I also see people buying bracelets from certain places and then bringing them to the shows and selling them there. What happens is that you're going to see tons of mislabeled material. This is synthetic. It's not azurite. It's just straight up synthetic. Just because something says pink stone bracelet does not mean you want to go on Etsy and list this as pink stone bracelet, because stupidity is like very contagious. If you like bracelets, if you like good quality bracelets, if you like the real deal OG, give me that bracelet. If you're interested in the best quality bracelets in the world, and this is one of the things I will say, I do have the best quality bracelets in the world, please contact us. We have probably a selection of 4 to 12mm, 300 different types of bracelets. Come get some. What we're gonna see in Tucson a lot is your basic stones. Quartz, amethyst, various clusters of things, especially Brazilian material. Now, most of the time, you can tell dealers who are actually closer to distribution or real wholesale, they're gonna sell it by the pound. Especially in the US out there, you might see people selling it by the pound. Typically, I like to go by the kilo. Most Brazilian dealers are gonna wanna go by the kilo, but they understand that a lot of Americans can't translate 1 kilo to 2.2 pounds. When you see people doing prices per pound or prices per kilo, you're probably closer to a real wholesaler. Now here's where it gets tricky. A lot of people might associate kilo pricing with pound pricing. For example, someone might say to you, hey, Celestite, $40 a pound. You might not fully understand $40 a pound is double than $40 a kilo. You may see people out there selling Tibetan materials like zeolites or Tibetan quartz. These dealers, even if they are kind of closer to the mining aspect of things, they really have no idea what they're doing. You'll see dealers pricing Tibetan quartz out there $100 a pound. True story. And I can tell you my pricing is going to be literally half of whatever I've ever seen out there. So if you're looking for Tibet quartz, I'm definitely your guy. So it's one of those things where you should try to learn a little bit of information about pricing and weight and things like that, but also at the same time being reasonable. You gotta remember people are out there, there's tons of expenses. So give people a little bit of wiggle room. If you're going out there to play, then let's play fair. These dealers who you're gonna encounter out at these shows, you really don't understand the legwork that went behind them getting there, setting up their booth, and being open to you. What I'm seeing a lot is people out there knowing that dealers maybe are struggling a little bit or that the shows are slow. And so what they do is they go for people's necks. They will haggle and negotiate to the point where someone's about to lose their mind. It's happening out there all the time. Just stand in one spot for like 20 minutes and observe your surroundings where there's booths and you'll see it happening. Let's be fair. Like really, good business is good business. You're not out there to make someone's life miserable and horrible and to make sure that you get the best. It's as a group effort. A business transaction is a group effort. There's the buyer and there's the seller, and both should either be happy or unhappy. That's how you know it was a good deal. If one person's happy and one person's sad, not a good deal. Have compassion for the dealers who are out there who are getting dumped on by the promoters, the people who throw these shows. I mean, I don't know if anyone has ever seen the movie Long Legs, but please don't be that guy. Now that you've decided to not be El Diablo, let's go in another direction. If you go to a dealer's booth and they have a rock and it says $10 on the rock, and you're like,
"Hello, sir. I know you wrote $10 on this rock. Will you take 5?
That's a $10 rock.
I mean, really, I'll give you 6.
If the dealer says it's a $10 rock, there's no reason to keep going. Leave the poor bastards alone. Trust me, if the dealer really wants your business, after one ask and you put the stone down and you're walking away, the dealer will say something like this.
"Sir, what's your best price?"
Now, what does that mean? What's your best price? What's the most you will give me for that rock? Which is also terrible, terrible business. But that's why you wind up with dealers at the end of the show so frustrated, so agitated, so angry. And let's not get them there. Let's support those people and realize that they're human beings too, and they're not just there for us to chisel them down to the bare bones. And again, if you're a dealer out there, I got you. Now let's just say that you run into a dealer who's out there and they're already kind of disgruntled. They're in a bad mood. You're walking around in their booth and they're just sitting at the chair like this for 5 minutes, not even acknowledging your existence. And you're like, that's weird. You're here to sell me rocks. I'm in your booth right now, but you're pretending that I don't exist. Like I'm some sort of like Casper the Friendly Ghost. Leave the booth. If you're in a booth with a dealer who does not want to earn your business, just leave. Someone should want to earn your business. It should be a 50-50, and that's where I'm going back to. While you're out there, keep a positive attitude. Don't be a terrible human being. There's enough terrible human beings in the world. We can save ourselves for the good pile. Anyway, the point of this video today was to talk about how we learn how to work with each other, especially out in gem shows where there's a lot of tension, people are tired, long days, there's a lot of wasting time going on. Let's make sure that we're productive and that we're proactive and that we actually help each other out there and that we're smart with our buying, that we're not just walking up to the first place that we see and we're like, okay, let's do this. Unless, again, someone's tried and verified and you have a distributor on your hands, you're going to someone's warehouse. What happens with me when I go out there, especially in the beginning, is all of my clients who know me, they want to get in early. Typically you'll see like the first 7 days that we're out there are just like, whoa, like a whirlwind of craziness because I don't play these games. I'm not keystoning out there. I'm not pretending. I'm actually really blowing out, discounting material. I get to the bottom of the line. If I tell you a price on something, it's because it is the lowest price on something. And this is what you want to run into. This is what you want to find because you're going to save yourself tons of time. Watch the video part 1. I explain all of it and how to lay out your days. If you didn't see video part 1, link is down below. Subscribe to my channel. Please, I'm begging you, I'll do things if you subscribe. By things, I mean like be your friend. You can come visit us at the Tucson Gem Show from January 29th to February 10th. We'll be out there that time. We'll also be live streaming from January 28th till February 3rd. So if you're not going to be out at the Tucson Gem Show and you want to experience it, actually, you know what we're going to do? I might just like live stream randomly from gem shows so I can bring it to you. And I guess what? You save thousands of dollars and then you can spend it on the live show.